Hey guys, so this is for targeted individuals or anyone else who's being persecuted. It's just an update what's going on with me. Um, some of you guys know that I've been under really heavy attack just through YouTube and just cyber attacks and all this other stuff. And I just want to say thank you to those people that are offering support. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, I mean, you don't know. It really helps. Um, but anyway, so yeah, I've been under heavy attack. But it's all the gang stalking stuff still going on. Most recently, there was a connection between a YouTube attack and also an incident at the grocery store, and I'll explain what I mean. But it's kind of I'll try to make this story as short as possible, okay? There's a person on YouTube who has a Christian channel, and this person looks identical to the supervisor that I had in New York City. And some of you guys will remember the story I told you about how I was working at this company in New York City in 2010. And I had a supervisor that was persecuting me about stuff that had happened in my childhood, abuse that had happened to me in my childhood. He was persecuting me about that. I don't know how he knew about it because I'd never told anybody. But he was persecuting me about that, and he was doing all this really other creepy stuff. And I finally reported him to upper management, and then I ended up leaving the company right after that. And right after I left the company, that was when the directed energy weapons attacks started. And I didn't even know what directed energy weapons were back then. I didn't even know what a targeted individual was back then. So it took some time for me to figure out, number one, what was happening to me, and then to figure out how to protect myself. Just as a side note, and I've said this many times, that if you are being attacked with these weapons, if you're under assault, especially at night, for some reason, it's a lot of the times it's when you're sleeping at night, or just yeah, pretty much it would happen when I was sleeping, or at least that was the case with me. People tell you can't protect yourself from these attacks, and I'm telling you can. Aluminized thermal blankets, they do help. Anyone that tells you differently is giving you disinformation. They do help with certain things. They're not going to help with every single thing, but they will protect you from physical assaults while you're trying to sleep, and some sound assaults as well. So just wanted to put that out there. I've said that many times, but I had to say it again. Anyway, this person on YouTube that just recently started attacking me, like just a couple days ago, put out a video viciously attacking me. He has a Christian channel. That guy, some of you guys will know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to plug his name on my channel, but that guy looks identical to that supervisor that was persecuting me. Now, I watched that guy's channel in 2011 because he was hyping up the rapture for fall of 2011, and that was when I started watching his channel. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, what? He looks like my supervisor. So I went back and I looked at his old videos, and he had Christian videos going back. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember the year now, but I'm pretty sure it went back well before 2010. And I didn't know what to think about it back then. And I thought, I don't know about this guy, because he looks identical to that supervisor that was persecuting me. But I looked past it, and I just kind of thought, okay, maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's coincidence. I didn't know what to think, okay? But just recently, that YouTube guy just went on a vicious attack against me. And he had always been nice before. I remember he sent me a nice little email one time, long time ago. For those of you guys that email me, I'm sorry, I don't even read my inbox. I don't even look at my inbox anymore. But I just remember, he always seemed so nice and everything. And then all of a sudden, he just got vicious. Well, if I can tell you anything about these I don't know what to call them. The only word I can come up with is deceivers. is that one of the tactics, the gang stalkers or whatever you want to call them, one of the tactics that they use over and over and over again is to try to get into your heart first. And some of you guys will know what I'm talking about. They try to get into your heart first. So they start out sometimes being really, really nice, and then they'll attack you. I have this happening in the comments section of my videos all the time. People that will start off being really, really nice, and then all of a sudden, one day, they'll just attack you. Or me. This is what happens with me. I suspect it's happening with a lot of other channels as well. But so it's a tactic that they use, that they try to get into your heart first, and then they try to explode you from the inside, like stab you in the heart. And I know that when this YouTuber went on his vicious attack, I physically felt pain in my heart, and then I prayed, and Jesus took the pain away. That's like the third time, by the way, that Jesus has taken my pain away. And I know you guys, a lot of you TIs are not religious, and I'm not going to be religious here. And believe it or not, I'm not even religious. I just know for a fact that I've prayed and he's taken away my pain like 3 different times. And one of them was the other night when that pain was in my heart. He took it away. But I think it was the very next day after that vicious attack, that literally just like stabbed right through my heart, and I physically felt it. The very next day, and by the way, that was the night, those of you that aren't Christian aren't going to know, but that was the night I had the vision about I uploaded a vision about that. The very next day, I went to the grocery store, and a man, as I was walking into the grocery store, a man was walking out of the grocery store that looked similar to that YouTuber, and he had the identical same smile. He didn't have the same face, but he had the same exact smile, and his face was similar. His face was similar, but it was thinner. It was thinner, and it was similar, but the smile was the exact same smile. And he looked right at me and smiled at me with that same exact smile that YouTuber has. And I kind of just observed it and went on with my business. But it's feeling very, very tense. And then when I was going through the grocery store, a stranger walked past me and said, "Don't commit suicide." Well, that's the second or the third time that a stranger has said that to me at that exact same grocery store. And in fact, in that same area of the grocery store. The way that it was said was in a very mocking type tone to their voice. It wasn't a kind tone. It was more like a mocking tone. So that was very, very intense persecution that came at me from all sides. And then the very next day, all of the tension was gone. All of the pain and the tension was gone the very next day. And so I'm going to put this out here, and I know that some of you are, just going to be like, what are you talking about? But I think that there's an infestation that has happened on our planet of something that is not human, that should not be here. And that they are using technology that changes their appearance and makes them appear attractive. And secondly, I think they might be harvesting chemicals from our brains. Now, I don't know this, okay? And I understand that's going to freak people out, and I'm not here to freak anybody out. I'm saying this based on my experience, my personal experience, and also my investigation of Scripture. I know of at least 3 different times that I've seen people's appearance change right in front of me, and I've explained that in my other videos, so I'm not going to repeat it again. But the same exact person, where their face stayed the same, but their hair and their makeup and everything else changed. So I've seen that right in front of me, and I've seen the light bending technology where they just look solid black shadow and you can't see any features at all. I've seen that. I saw that when I was much younger. So and there have been other situations as well. But so there's some type of technology that they're using. Well, in Genesis 3, and I did an investigation on Genesis 3, so you can go back and look at that video that I made. Genesis 3 actually says, this is not an interpretation. It actually says this. It says that the tree of the knowledge of good and evil is a shaft that changed their appearance and made them appear beautiful. And that because they used that shaft, it allowed them to prosper. And then at the very end, and I show this in another video that I uploaded that it goes into detail about this and actually shows you what those words mean. It's not an interpretation. The words mean that. It actually says that. But it also says, right after that, it says, and then the fig tree sprung forth. Well, if you understand that code, the fig tree is Israel, and the fig tree springing forth is when they became a country in 1947. So that chapter in Genesis 3, is actually appears to be talking about 1947. It appears that it's saying to us that in 1947, Genesis 3 happened, where they went into the shaft that changed their appearance and made them appear beautiful. So the deception, it seems to me through all of what I've been seeing going on, it appears to me that the deception may have started in 1947, or maybe it just went into high gear in 1947. I don't know. A lot of people are probably going to listen to this and say, well, yeah, duh. But I'm speaking, coming at this from a different angle, and I haven't heard anyone else approach it from this angle. But that's what appears to be going on. And I just want to put this out there, because I know that a lot of people that watch this are extremely hopeless. And so I need to say this as well, that Christ is real, and the Bible, I think, may have been written in the future. I've seen a lot of visions, and I know that some of you guys are leery about visions and stuff, but I have a playlist that proves to you that these visions are coming true after the fact, okay? Christ is real. Christ is very real. Christ loves humanity. And there's a war going on. I mean, Revelation 12 tells us that there's a war that's going on right now. Revelation 12, 1 through 5 was fulfilled October 16th, 2012. And the last time it happened was in, I have a video on that as well that proves it. The last time it happened was in 1570, and the next time it happens is in 2454. And it says in Revelation 12 that there's a war going on. So there's a war going on between the deceiver and Christ. The deceiver and Christ are personifications of an entire group. So Christ is an entire group, and the deceiver is an entire group, and the deceiver transforms himself into an angel of light. The deceiver is using light technology to make themselves appear beautiful. Yeah, I know it's scary. I know it can sound scary, and I don't have all the answers, and I don't know that. But as I've said, I've seen this technology in action, and I've investigated the scriptures. The scriptures say that that's what's happening, and that it seemed to be saying that it started in 1947. So if you're feeling hopeless and you prayed and you're not getting any answers, or you're not getting anything, then please read the Bible, because the answers are in the Bible, and the encouragement and the hope is in the Bible. It was written there. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, the book of Psalms, Isaiah. You can go there if you need encouragement. So I'm out of time. I hope you guys are doing okay, and I'll talk to you again. Bye.